Everybody, welcome for show number 2. Yes, we were on earlier this afternoon with the Jim Masters Show live with my dear friend, the wonderful Celtic violinist, Irish fiddler, and Grammy-nominated extraordinary performer. Mairead Nesbitt was with us, you know, from Celtic Woman and Celtic Heart, Celtic Lands, Rocktopia, and so much more. Wonderful PBS specials and Broadway performances and more. She was with us at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, and that was 8 p.m. for those watching in Ireland, Scotland, and England. I am your host, Jim Masters. It is Saturday night, and I hope you're having a good day. If not, you know this is the place to come to be entertained, informed, educated, with light, love, and levity, or as we have coined on the show, because I slipped up and I said love and levity a little too fast in the summer, lovity, which I think is quite cool. People say, Jim, you know, that wasn't an accident. That was a Freudian slip on the positive side that you said lovity. So all the viewers, if you're watching for the first time, all the viewers call themselves the Lovities. They're part of our Lovity squad. And they call me Mr. Lovity. They call this, our studio, Lovity Hall, which I think is fantastic. We broadcast our entertainment lifestyle talk show series out of the greater New York area, between New York and Boston along the scenic southern New England coastline. And it's a pleasure to have you here. I hope you guys are doing well. Of course, we toast everybody watching all around the world. We toast you and you and you and you. We welcome you to the Jim Masters Show Live. We have an international audience, people watching all across the United States, Canada, Europe, Asia, Australia, and wherever you are, we welcome you. As I say often on the show, not only is it about inspiration, positivity, levity, and more, and with great guests from Broadway, Hollywood, television, film, music, inspiration, health and wellness, culinary arts, sports, comedy, life in general. Everybody's welcome, regardless of your political views, religious views, your gender, your height, your weight, your eye color, zip code, income level. It doesn't matter. This is an entertainment lifestyle talk show series designed to have some fun and to learn and be inspired together. And at the same time, what it has is this really cool modern vibe and twist of today, coupled with the old school traditional way that talk shows have always been done. Think Dick Cavett, think Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas, some of the legends, of course, Johnny Carson. Warm, welcoming, conversational styles, which I thoroughly enjoy and have done for years on television and radio. I am a television and radio personality, presenter, journalist, actor, writer, producer, stage MC, voiceover artist. I've done this work professionally for a good long time, and we turned on the television lights and built this sort of home studio here along the coast. And that was about a year ago, coming up on our year anniversary at the end of April. Done about 300 episodes live, 7 days a week with our entertainment lifestyle. Yeah, 7 days a week. Did I sign up for 7 days a week? Yeah, 7 days a week, and balancing it with my professional work. And today we had 2 shows. Talk about giving you great value. 2 shows today. Guess what? We've got an amazing guest, Hollywood legend, and somebody who's been in the business for a long time, and somebody who's very warm and caring and talented. I'm sure you already know who I'm talking about. Yes, we're talking about Cissy Wellman. You know her from television, stage, and film, and so much more. She's going to be joining me live from Studio City, California, USA, in just a second. First, let's welcome some of our incredible lovely viewers watching from all around the world. We are very interactive, so feel free to comment. If you would like to participate and comment, feel free. Our viewers are very interactive, and I love a viewer-centric broadcast. And if you're watching live, feel free to comment or just sit back and relax. You don't have to comment to watch and enjoy our series. Willie is here from the Netherlands. She was with us with our earlier show. She's one of our regular Lovities. Here we go again. I keep forgetting that you have gone backwards by an hour. Yes. Well, actually, we went forward an hour. Daylight savings. We advance here in the United States. Do you guys do that in Holland? So you have to adjust your clocks there for our time, because I know it's 7 o'clock Eastern here, 4 p.m. Pacific. But for you, it's like 1 a.m. But you're always here in Holland. Thank you so very much. Tesla Bell is here, wonderful actress, comedian, voiceover artist in Florida. Welcome to Lovity Hall, Cissy. You are so admired and loved, and we can't wait for this opportunity to get to know you. Absolutely. She's amazing, isn't she, Tess? As are you. Welcome, everybody, from us here at the Jim Masters Show Live. Kathy Short is here from Cleveland. Hello again, everyone. Nice to be here for our second show of the day. Thank you very much. Hi to you, Tess in Florida. Thanks for joining us, of course, as well. And everybody that's here. I love all these great comments that are coming in. Everybody's saying hello to each other. This one's saying hello to that one. This one's saying hello to this one. I think that's fantastic. Good stuff. Karen says a little snow there in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada. And we had that Rita's tea that you sent earlier. And it was really wonderful. Hello to you in Nova Scotia. Hello, hello to my lovely family. Crystal says cheers, and Willie says cheers as well. There's so much levity going on here. Crystal Nolan in Connecticut says, hi, Jim and everyone. Happy Saturday. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Looking forward to an exciting show with inspiring conversation and levity. Merlin is here, Innerkip, Ontario, Canada. Hi, Jim and all lovities. Good to see you, Merlin, and welcome to the show. It's nice to see you once again. Cheers from Tess. Christine Clifton in North Carolina. Good evening, Jim and all my lovely friends. Welcome Cissy Wellman to the show tonight. Looking forward to another great time in Levity Hall. We welcome the first day of spring, too. That's right. Positivity is everywhere in 2021. Let's keep that rolling. If you missed our earlier show at 3 p.m. Eastern, you can see it in the archives. Brilliant Celtic violinist from Celtic Woman and More, the wonderful Ray Nesbitt was with us. Gary Troyer is watching in Iowa and says hello to everybody. Good to see you, Gary. Hi, Jim and lovities. And Tess says, hope you had a great day too, Jim. We still are. And with all of you. Mona is here from Louisiana, USA. Hi, Jim. Welcome back. That's right. Part 2, second show of the day. We're working hard today. And then tomorrow we have another show with former child star Rodney Allen Rippey. Remember Rodney from the Jack in the Box commercials and so much more? He's all excited. He's here tomorrow night on our show. Hello, Jim and lovely friends. Ann Wozniak from Jacksonville, Florida, USA, that area. From New York City, Cissy Wellman is in California, loves California, but boy, does she love Martha's Vineyard and New York and the New England coast. She said, hi again, Jim and everyone. Welcome back. Kathleen is in New York City. Good to see you, Kathleen. We welcome you. It's nice to have you here as well. And all these great comments that are coming in here. Kathy Short says, hello again. Nice to be here. Nice to have you here as well. Thanks for all these great comments. They're still pouring in. We'll go through them some more as we go along. Linda Odell in St. Augustine, Florida says, good evening, Cissy. You are a lovity. I told Cissy, as I mentioned to all the guests, about lovity here on the show. She says, bring it on. She loves this whole levity concept, and I think that's wonderful. And Karen also says, Cissy, welcome to Levity Hall. You're our newest levity. She's a levity already and has been for years and now on our show, and we're so honored to have her here. Let me tell you a little bit about I love this shot. Now, there's headshots, and then there's headshots, and then there's this, which she sent me today. I think it's so fantastic. There you go. Now, isn't that fantastic? There's Cissy Wellman. She's amazing. That's a beautiful shot. I love that. But we have many, many more. One of my favorites, actually, and there's a lot, of course, over the years. I love this one. I just love her expression, the pure joy, the authenticity, her smile, her happiness. You know, that's just such a beautiful, isn't it a beautiful shot? It's authentic. It's real. It just gives you an indication of the heart and soul of the person. That is our wonderful Cissy. Let me tell you a little bit about her, if you're not aware. Legend in the industry, and actress and director and author. She has a wonderful book. Matter of fact, I've been reading it, and it's incredible. They say I come from Hollywood royalty, so where's my crown? She does come from an extraordinary family of royalty. She just finished The Mansion for Amazon, XOXO, and Mansion of Blood with Gary Busey, and Portrait of Love for the Hallmark Channel. She starred, of course, on General Hospital. She was a lead dancer on the Andy Williams Show and Ernie Ford's Christmas Special. She starred, of course, on TheWaltons for 5 years on CBS and on TV shows like My Three Sons. We just had Stanley Livingston, who played Chip Douglas, as a guest a few months ago on My Three Sons. He was here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Also guest starred on Jane Doe, Charlie's Angels, Heart to Heart, Chips, Quincy. That was, of course, with Jack Klugman. New Love American Style, The Love Boat. She appeared in over 40 films as well, including Outlaw Josie Wales, Made Men, Lifetime, and Hallmark Channel movies, which I know you guys love, Lifetime and Hallmark, and many others. Her theatrical experience includes a Best Supporting Award for performance in Pack of Lies, rave reviews, and The King's Men and Growing Pains, and many others. She wrote the original play, The Jazzman, directed by directed your short film as well, The Magic of Christmas, and Coca-Cola spec commercial. She's also a professional singer and dancer. She's also a member of Born to Act Players. Her passion, members are 21 plus with Down syndrome, autism, and special abilities. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And she does come from a legendary family. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But first, before we get into all of that incredibleness, why don't we welcome her live and direct from Studio City, California? The one and only Cissy Wellman joins me here on the show. Cissy, welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi, lovelies.
All the lovelies are here. Yes. And they're pouring out all of the love here, which I think is fantastic. And Willie in the Netherlands, where it's really late, says, welcome, Cissy, our new lovely. I think that's fantastic.
Thank you, Willie.
Yeah. And Kathleen says, hi, Cissy, and welcome. And so how are you doing? How are you today? I love your chair with the dots on it, and it swivels and it rolls. You look very comfortable.
I am. I'm always comfortable. Yay.
Everybody says hello. And
nice.
Cynthia says, welcome, dear Cissy. Love your name.
Thank you. Thank you. I do too.
Welcome, Cissy from Averill, Britain, who's watching from the United Kingdom. She
wow.
says hello. Yeah. And Kathy Short in Cleveland says, hello, Cissy. Nice to see you tonight. So all the lovity is coming your way, my friend.
Hey, I like that. I can handle that.
So how have you been during all of the time that we've been experiencing, which has been a little bit interesting? You know, for some people, they've had it be not the greatest. And for others, they've used the time to look in the mirror and see what they see and see what they want to do next. And maybe some of the things they've done in their life and what's the next chapter? What are we going to do? How are we going to continue, you know, inspiring people and creating? For you, you've been able to maximize this time in a joyous way, huh?
Yes. I've been blessed. You know, I wrote my book. You know, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a good loner. I'm not lonely. I love my home, and I get into a lot of gratitude that I'm healthy. I've had my second shot, and you know, I even worked and 2 weeks ago did a shameless. And so I'm back even working, and it's COVID safe. So I'm very lucky to have my cats, my birds, my squirrels. And I'm just, I get into gratitude that I'm okay and that the people around me are okay. It's not an easy time.
We're exactly right. And that's really, really beautiful. And I like your outlook. You and I were having such a great conversation before we went live about all of that. And that's so important. You know, if you can be positive and you can inspire others and maybe use some of the talent that is there, born, and connect with people continually, it's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it is. I'm still not really going out.
Right.
You know, I
Yeah.
still wear my mask. I go to the market. I do the things I do. And as I said, I did shameless, but they tested me for COVID and everything. So only if it's safe. I'm just want to be safe. You know, I don't want the people around me to have problems either. So
Absolutely. Well, before we begin, I had heard through the grapevine that it was your birthday recently, and you're Pisces.
Yes.
My dad is Pisces. My father's birthday was this past week, actually, March 16th. So we got to do a little happy birthday for you.
My dad's birthday was the last day of, he's a leap year baby. He
Oh,
was
really?
a baby, February 28th.
Oh, my. And we'll talk about, and your dad is?
Wild Bill Wellman, William Wellman, director.
Yeah, extraordinary, amazing family that you have there. We'll talk about that. First, we must, which we like to do for the guests and or for the viewers who tell us it's their birthday, we're going to sing you a little happy birthday here, ad hoc. So here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cissy. We love you. Happy birthday to you. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Not too shabby, huh?
No, I like it because I was by myself for my birthday. You know?
So you're by yourself. Well,
yeah, I live alone.
Yeah.
with the COVID and everything, still, yeah.
Did I pass the singing test for
You
you?
did good. You did good.
Thank you very much. And look, now we've got the claps coming in for you. Claps for the
Yo.
birthday from Cynthia, who's watching in Washington, D.C. And
Wow.
Willie, all the way in Holland, also does the same. She goes, happy birthday, Sissy. Amy says hello. And look at this. Crystal in Connecticut says, happy birthday, Sissy. And and Linda loves the cool patterns on your chair. She's in Florida.
It's a blanket. It's
Oh, you
a
have
white chair. It's just more comfortable to put this against my.
Oh, you have a blanket, actually? It looks like that's upholstery.
Yo. It's a white chair.
Look at that.
So I just decorated to match my room.
Yeah, that is really cool. That is really cool. And Gary goes, yes, Sissy, best to be safe even after the vaccinations.
Absolutely.
That is, I agree. Well, I was mentioning too, I was at the ATM yesterday at the bank and just made a quick deposit. And about 6 or 7 people, I was really surprised. 6 or 7 people went up and back from the ATM. Nobody had a mask on.
No. Wrong.
No, can't do that.
Nope.
Christine Clifton says, happy birthday, Sissy. She's watching
Christine.
in North Carolina. And Mona, happy birthday, Sissy.
Wow.
Hope you had a great day, Mona. So yeah, anytime you want to have a birthday party, just come on the Jim Master Show live and we will
I like that.
Celebrate. Happy birthday from Kathleen in New York City and from Linda and Merlin in Canada as well. And from Amy.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Wow.
So your family, amazing. Obviously, you come from, Hollywood royalty, as they say, but you wrote this incredible book too, which I've been reading. And here it is. They say I come from Hollywood royalty. So where's my crown? What was the inspiration for, obviously, living the life is the inspiration, but what are some of the other sources of inspiration for saying, you know what, it's time, I want to write this book, Sissy?
Well, to be honest with you, when I would do the autograph shows for the Waltons and things, and people would ask me and I'd tell some stories. They say, God, you have such great stories. Why don't you write them down? And I went, So I started writing some of them down years ago. And then I went, I can't write a book, 350 pages or more. I can't do that. And then my sister wrote a book called Barrington, which is wonderful. That's where we were born and raised. And it was only 60 pages. I went, I could do that. I could do that. So this is 100 pages with pictures and fun stories of, me. And I wanted it to be a positive book. So right. I could have made it a lot longer with a lot of negativity. And that just doesn't work for me anymore at all. So that's how I started doing it. And then found a great editor who said, let me read a couple of them to see what we can do. She said, I love them. And I said, yeah, but I'm not good with grammar or spelling. She says, I'm good at that. And on the cover, if you don't know, that's me sitting on Clark Gable's lap.
Yes.
And that above is the picture of my family home.
Very beautiful.
So I just had some fun stories, and I've got, in there that are fun and positive.
Share maybe one of the stories from the book with our audience that they might really enjoy hearing. I love when the author and the writer gets a chance to share some things from their own book.
Boy, there's so many different ones. I'll tell you one that I didn't put in, that I came up with later with Jonathan Winters.
Oh, Jonathan
knows
Winters.
Who Jonathan Winters is.
Yeah, oh my God,
and when I was married to Robert Donner, who played Yancey Tucker with me on The Waltons, who I ended up marrying on The Waltons, we were good friends with Jonathan and his wife, Eileen. And for Jonathan's 50th birthday party, the head of the Rams was Reeves. And he threw a big 50th birthday party for Jonathan. And he invited, of course, Robert and myself. And my Robert was, I call him Dear Donner. He was on location. So I said, John, I can't go. I'm not going to go by myself. He says, yes, you are. And you're coming with us. We're going to pick you up. And I'm like, okay. So we go to this party. Well, Jonathan and I happen to love caviar.
Mm.
And around all the rooms were these huge easels with these huge boxes in them of ice with tins and tins of beluga caviar. Well, Jonathan and I were going to, and they had, of course, the condiments, just have hard-boiled egg or chopped onion and stuff you wanted to add to it. We had a plate and we were just spooning it on, and Jonathan was going, I'm up to $5,000 worth. And we just laughed and had such a good time. That was Jonathan. We were just hitting all the ice caviar places. So that's my Jonathan story.
Jonathan, yeah, he's missed. He was really an original, wasn't he?
I loved it. Funny, dry, and he could an artist, wonderful artist. He could paint also, but yeah, funny, very, very, very funny.
Yeah, very reverent and just really amazing. So that was fantastic. You mentioned the Clark Gable photo. We actually have a bigger version. That is what was happening there. Tell us about.
That's one of my stories. That was on my dad's movie called that was on location in Durango, Colorado, and it was called Across the Wide Missouri, and it was Clark Gable, and in the back was John Hodiak playing an Indian. And I was sitting on Gable's lap, and Dad had, because it was summer, had all of us. And that at the time there were 6 of us. I'm one of 7. I'm number 5 of 7.
Yeah.
And there were just the 6 of us that were up there, and because Maggie hadn't been born yet. And it was fabulous. It was such a great location. I have vivid memories.
Yeah.
And, I love Clark Gable. I mean, he was, I must say, part of one of my stories is that the only thing that didn't fit in my idea, my image of Clark Gable was his dog. He had this Chihuahua. Lady Ashley, who was married to, he had 2 Chihuahuas that were hers. These little teeny dogs, and he was walking, and he'd walk them and be with them. And he looked like more of a Saint Bernard dog, you know. So it was just a strange look for it, but I have vivid memories. Wonderful time.
Oh, that is absolutely, yeah, that's one to treasure and cherish. Absolutely. And your father, of course, brilliant film director, William Wellman. Yeah. Tell us, for those who maybe know of some of the work, but they don't know the man. I love this photo. This just is one of those.
Yeah.
I love a pipe too.
I do too. I can smell smell tobacco now. And he smoked with, and it was called barking dog tobacco.
Yes. When one of my uncles who smoked a pipe had passed, my aunt Kitty, this was my Uncle Sonny. My Aunt Kitty gave me my uncle's pipe, and every once in a while I'll take it out and I'll just sniff the wood, and there's still always that little bit of that tobacco in it, but that cherry wood smell is just, that in a sweater. And
oh, absolutely, with the patches on the elbow.
Yeah, right. So tell us a little bit about your dad for folks who might be learning about him for the first time.
Well,
extraordinary, gifted person.
Dad was a major pioneer. He directed the very first film to win an Academy Award, which was called Wings in 1927.
Yeah.
He also wrote and directed the original Star is Born that he got the Academy Award for writing. Yeah. And he did Public Enemy, Oxbow Incident, The High and the Mighty. Yeah, he is. He's a treasure. He did amazing films.
Yeah, incredible.
He was quite a character too. He was very charismatic and quite a character.
Yeah, and to have a well-known and talented father is one thing, but you also have a mother as well who.
Great picture mom that you got.
Not nice.
Yes, We're in the Money. That's from We're in the Money from 42nd Street. Mother was one of the original Busby Berkeley dancers.
Dorothy Wellman, yeah.
He died at 95, and up to 92, we were still hoofing together.
Were you really?
Yes, she was amazing. She always had such a young, vibrant way of life and attitude. Her very positive, loving, fun, quiet. She was a lady.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That's a
amazing.
beautiful shot. Yeah. Dorothy Wellman, her phenomenal mother, very talented mother. And your sister too, Kathleen, is a great shot with
Kitty.
with James. Yeah. Yeah, Kitty. Yeah, my aunt Catherine went by Kitty too. I love that.
Yeah,
That's a great shot there. That's James Franciscus with
Kitty. Right, that they were married. Yeah,
yeah.
had
That's
4 beautiful kids, 4 girls together. And Kitty and I have the same birthdays, 4 years apart. Kitty is 4 years older than I, March 13th, and she passed 2 years ago. So
yeah.
yeah,
A lot of talent within the family when you really think about it, and you know, and like you say, others in the family too. The talent is extraordinary. Who do you think you take more after? Your mother, your father, or is it just a mix of both?
Dad.
Dad. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons, in a lot of ways, we didn't get along, because we were so much alike.
So, yeah, that's what happens, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you think the same ways, know how to push each other's buttons because it's similar. Yeah.
But it was fun early in my career, when I'd be on sets and I'd be working, and I would start very quietly and professional, which I was always professional, but Dad brought me up to be, he always said he wanted me, he patterned me after Carol Lombard and Stanwyck. He said they not only knew their lines, they knew everybody else's lines, and they were pros. And get to know your crew.
Yeah.
They're the important people you need to know. And so I would be on a show for about, a TV show, say, for like 8 days. And like on the 3rd day, the crew would come up and go, by any chance, are you related to Bill Wellman? I go, yeah. My dad, they said, we could tell, because I had fun. I made it fun. I always welcomed new people to shows. I always introduced myself, because one of the hardest things to do is when you walk onto a show, whether it be a film or anything, and if you're not there at the very beginning, it's hard, and you want to be lovely, feel part of the family. So I would always introduce myself, especially on the Waltons. When I'd be shooting that and they'd have somebody come in for just one day, I'd go up and say, hi, I'm Cissy, welcome to the show.
That's beautiful to do that, to make them feel welcome. And yeah, that's an extension of who you are as a person, as a caring person. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
Thank you.
How did you, obviously you had the influences of this family, but for you, what were some of the other inspirations for you to sort of follow into acting and performance? Some of those early little tricklings of opportunities for you?
Jim, I didn't want to be an actor. I wanted to be an airline stewardess and fly. I had no desire to be an actor.
All aboard.
I know, it's like, hello.
Fasten your seatbelts.
And my dad, only when he directed, he used just the boys in the films. And, the girls, we sort of, Pat, my eldest sister, Pat, was an airline stewardess. They called them that in those days. Yeah. And that's what I said, I want to fly around and see the world. And I got a call in the kitchen. I think I was 16. And was in the kitchen with Mom, and I don't know who else was in there, and the phone rang, and Mom got it and said, Cissy, it's for you, it's NBC. And I went,
yeah, right, NBC.
Yeah. And so I answered the phone, yeah, hello. And they said, this is NBC, we want to see you for the show. I said, no, who is this really? Yeah. I mean, come on. They said, no, Frances D., who was Joel McRae's wife and a wonderful actress, had read this pilot that's called Amy, and said, oh, this is Cissy Wellman. And they said, let's see her. And so I got the script. I didn't know that part. And when I got the script, I was reading it, and I went to the office, and I don't even know which studio. I mean, it was a long time ago. I just celebrated 78 years. So, hey guys, 16.
Well,
time ago.
Well, you know who is also wishing you happy birthday, who is sort of my Ed McMahon on my show. George Burns is with us.
I'm 39. I lied. I'm just
Yeah, just like George Burns. He's there with the cigar and his red hanky, and
I love
he
it.
says happy birthday to you as well.
Thank you. No, but I went to meet with the producers, and I had the script, and there was like 3 other parts of girls that were friends of Amy, and I just burst into the producer's office. I said, I'm here to read for this show, and I just don't know which part you want me to read for. And they said, Amy. I said, oh, no, I can't do her. She's the lead. And they went, oh, my God, you are Amy. And then Hollywood started hearing about it. People started hearing about it. So I was written up in the trade. So all of a sudden, I became an actor. I really wanted to be a dancer. I loved dancing. And was doing commercials, and then got to do Nick Castle dancers and dance on the Andy Williams show and the Ernie Ford special. But I'm short, and thank God for Andy's, because I was short, so I could be one of the ones around him.
Right.
But they wanted tall people, and I didn't have the drive and ambition, even as an actor. I just was really lucky, and got to do a lot of things, and and fell in love with Howard Hawks. That was surrogate dad.
Yeah.
And, I love Catherine. I love the old actors.
Mm-hmm.
Bacall, of course, and
Spencer Tracy's, and
come on. Barbara Stanwyck and Ann Baxter. I love the women, the strong ones, and those I love to play.
Yes. One of my favorite male actors I mentioned on the show was Jack Lemmon.
Oh,
he was just he really captured the everyday. Yeah, he really could. Who were some of the folks you had an opportunity to work with that you really treasure those experiences with over the years?
I've been so blessed that people I've worked with, I've really loved. I love Jack Klugman. Doing Quincy with Jack was so much fun. I've been really lucky to have, Jerry Lewis, of course, was the education for comedy. I mean, I loved him. I learned to look at his.
Hey, lady.
God, I mean,
hey, Cissy.
Great. He was great. Clint Eastwood, of course. I did 2 with Clint, and we were good friends. My ex-husband and I, we were all good friends. Traveled a lot with Clint and Maggie when he was married to Maggie. And, I just, of course, the Walton family, you can't beat Ralph Waite. I fell in love with on Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
Because I was doing Cool Hand Luke with my dad.
Yes.
And so I got to know Ralph before I even did the Waltons. But Michael Lerner, you've got, all the kids, they're fabulous. They were just such, I've been blessed, and I that's all. And I just worked with Barbara Hershey, and the show, they changed the title. It's not Mansion, it's now The Manor. That's going to be on Amazon in October. And
that's exciting.
Demented lady. So that's fun.
Is that this?
No, that was
because that would pass
series.
For that.
That was a web series I did, and I love characters.
Unbelievable.
Hours of makeup, and she was wonderful character.
Tell us about this character. We don't want to scare anybody, but this is authentic. It's amazing.
Isn't she fun? I know, she was just a witch, obviously, and and telling fortunes and things, and just she was great. I had following her.
Yeah. And what was the name of the web series?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I can't remember. I hope he doesn't know this.
Even with a face like that.
I'll come up with it before the end of the show.
Yes, that's right. You can phone a friend too if you need to.
I may have to phone a friend.
friend.
Get my memory going. Good Lord.
You mentioned the Waltons, of course, and
see, that's who I've been talking about, dear Donner.
yes. What was it? Now, when that opportunity came, we just had Cammie Cutler on the show a few weeks ago, and she was wonderful. Absolutely a delight.
Elizabeth. She was my attorney on the show. That's a funny story. One of the funny shows we did.
Yeah.
I love Cammie. I mean, they're all great, but
they're all great.
That's the wedding,
yeah.
All the seasons. I was first the girlfriend, and then we got engaged to Yancey, and then we got married, and then we get separated, and and I tried to make him jealous, and it was just Merle Haggard was one of the guests on it, which was great. Yeah, there it is. There's Cissy and Yancey.
So when you got the call or the opportunity, hey, we see you as joining the Waltons cast, this beloved family drama on CBS for years. Tell us about what that was like, that opportunity when that call came.
Well, it was Earl Hamner. It was Earl Hamner who created the show, right. And he knew Donner, who played Yancey, had already been doing the show for 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He came to me one time and he said, "Hey, sis, how would you like to visit your husband in jail?" And I said, "That works."
Yeah.
And that show, because he knew my work as an actor, and I had sort of stopped acting when I married Donner and sort of ran his career. And so her name was Jane Aspen in the show. And so I did that and had fun. And then the next season, he came to me and he said, "How would you like to do this as a recurring and play?" And Donner and I looked at each other. We love working together. We always have. We did stand-up together. We did the Harvey Lembeck Comedy Workshop together.
Oh, yeah.
We've always worked close to work well together. So we said, heck yeah. So that's, I did it because I was sleeping with the actor. But don't ever say I don't get things by sleeping with.
I was gonna say, but pump literally.
Oh, that's good.
I was gonna say, it's the best kind of tippity you could have.
That's nice. Great. There's Cissy, and they didn't do much change. Here I'm Cissy Wellman playing Cissy Walker, and then Cissy Tucker.
So when you were on the Waltons, obviously, and Cammie and I were talking about this, obviously television shows that go for a long time, as well as the soap operas for decades, people get very, very attached to the characters, and they still, love the characters even later down the line. For you, what's that been like? Because they still see you, I'm sure, in various times as that person on the Waltons that they loved.
Well, yeah, but I think the difference is that I wasn't on it all the time.
Right.
That's the difference. The only thing that hurt for a while was my, excuse me, was my working. Oops.
Yes. Water. A little agua. They're saying, Cynthia in Washington says, LOL, Cissy, love your humor. And Amy loved your character on the Waltons. And as well, the episode 2. And the other picture. Wow, scary. That's a great looking witch.
Oh, yo.
The whole cast of the great Waltons. Yeah, you're surrounded by a lot of incredible talent there on the Waltons, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's the fun thing about my book. And I don't want to give away all the stories, but I got a lot of stories of dealing with the Waltons, with after and during and people coming. And it's, but it's as I said, the one thing that it was interesting because doing the Waltons, Ralph Sinensky was one of our directors. He was wonderful. There were Harry Harris, Harvey Laidman, and Ralph. There were so many great directors. My agent told me that there was a part coming up on Heart to Heart, and it was redheaded hookers. Well, you can't tell. This is a natural redhead going white. This is all natural color, natural curl. And if you remember in those pictures, you can see how red my hair is. And yeah. And so I said to I said, I got to do this. I'm redheaded hookers. I mean, come on, I'm a redhead. And they called the cast and they came back to me and they said, I'm sorry, she only does Waltons. And I went, what? Give me a break. So thank heaven, the director
Little typecasting there,
of
huh?
Heart to Heart, yeah, no, of was Ralph Sinensky, who had directed me on The Wall. So I called Ralph and I said, Ralph, I just want to read for it, and the casting people won't bring me in. Can I just come in and read for it? He says, heck yeah. So of course I read it and got it. And but that's the hard thing, that when you're on a series like The Waltons, Michael's gone through it, different ones, is they so associate you with it that they don't see you outside of that and realize that we're actors. We can do anything. And that's where I was blessed in a lot of ways, because I wasn't doing it all the time.
Right.
So
You can
I
do other things.
That woman on that show that I can't remember the name of. Oh,
It'll happen. You'll get it at 2 a.m. as you're twisting and turning in your bed.
You with that.
You're going to call me at 2 a.m. I know the name.
Your time 3 hours later. So
It'll be right. 5 a.m.
You'll be getting up early that morning.
I know the name, right? And this is who will be calling me at 5 a.m. Yes, I know the name. I'm going to tell you.
Voice. Yeah. Damn. I'm close. It's right at that. It's right at my tongue. Right there.
I love this shot.
Oh gosh, yes.
My Three Sons. Yes.
I played the girlfriend of Rob. I did 2 shows that way. Oh, was she?
My Three Sons. Yeah.
Oh God, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was such a character.
We had Stanley Livingston on not that long ago too. Chip.
So cute. I didn't get to know or see Chip that much when I worked, because I was working with Rob.
Did you work with Fred McMurray and William Demarest at all? Or was William Frawley there at that time?
No, it was Frawley, but Fred McMurray was a family friend, and he lived up the street from us. Yeah. And as a kid, he's a peanut butter freak, and so am I.
Oh, me too. I scoop it out with a spoon sometimes, right out. And if it's late at night and I'm hungry, but I don't want a big sandwich or meal, just a scoop or so out of the jar with a spoon, I'm full and I'm content and I'm good and I'm in heaven.
Wait a minute.
Are we cousins?
I get a big spoon. I mean, a big one. Dunk it in, and then go in and watch television and lick it like a lollipop. I mean, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think we have a photo of that. No.
No. But you know what? Fred taught me to put it on corn on the cob.
Peanut butter and corn on the cob.
It's really good.
Wow. I mean, I know graham crackers, things like that.
Corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob.
Try it. It's hot. It melts it a little bit. And as a kid, I used to go up, and for his birthday, we back and forth used to get big. I'd find the biggest containers, and Mom would help me buy a bunch of peanut butter and then empty it into the container and then wrap it up and take it up to him for his birthday.
That is amazing.
And he remembered that when I was working on the show, because when I came on the show, I went up and introduced myself because I hadn't seen him for a long time.
That is incredible. They're talking about watching My Three Sons as a kid and how funny, and I love that show. And Tesla Bella says, I love your warm and funny personality.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I knew. Yeah, I knew. I loved your character on The Waltons. Love your humor.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have a great quick wit, great sense of humor. Do you like comedic?
Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I can't even talk about it, but right before we started, I got a notice from my agent, and I'm going to test for something that I really want to do that's comedic, and I can't say anything about it because it'll zap it. I haven't gotten it yet, but if I get it, you'll all know.
World premiere exclusive on the Jim Masters Show Live. You've heard part of it. She'll be back to tell us the rest. Yeah.
But I love it all. I love it all. Let me do it. I'll go for anything.
Yes.
I love the work. I'm a set junkie. I love sets. I
Yeah.
love watching the cinematographer, the DP working. I love talking to the script supervisor and finding things out. And that's a story I should have told about meeting Sammy Davis.
It's not in the book?
No, I don't remember. They didn't do it. And it was on Ben Casey.
I would love to
I
hear
was
it.
18, and it was Ben Casey, and Sammy was the guest star, and I was doing it, and I was playing an 18-year-old medical doctor. And so I was there with a book opened up, trying to figure out what everything meant that I was talking about. And as I'm doing it, this black hand reaches down and says, "Hi, my name is Sammy Davis." I looked up and I went, I know. You know, it was like his first introduction to me. And I went, "Oh, I love you." It was like, I was like this starstruck kid because I love Sammy, the talent and everything. And to work with, he was heaven. Just so wonderful and easy to be with.
Just a an American treasure, and one of those
Ah,
multi-talent. He could do everything.
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 He really was the candy man.
Yeah.
The candy man
Yeah,
can.
Candyman can.
What
Yes.
are some of your favorite roles? Would it be Waltons or other roles that you've done that are near and dear? I usually like to find out what is somebody's favorite role that they've played, and then what would be a role that you played that is closest to who Cissy is. And they might be one and the same, or they might be separate things. Favorite as well as who really is Cissy Wellman. Yeah, uh-oh.
You notice my no, because my favorite role was the one that got me back working as an actor, and that was Made Men. And I played Frances, and that's a story in my book also. But
Yeah.
Frances was, at the time, I was 55, and I was playing like an 85-year-old woman. Yes, peanut butter and banana is great.
Did you see that? And dip it
yeah.
in chocolate pudding.
Oh,
Peanut
get
butter,
out.
chocolate heaven. So the peanut butter, take the scoop of the peanut butter. Look at Sissy's face. She's like,
I'm reading that. I'm going,
she's take the scoop of the peanut butter and dip it into chocolate pudding.
no, chocolate syrup.
Oh, chocolate syrup.
Gotta be even sugary.
Chocolate ice cream.
Yes, anything
Oh,
chocolate peanut
wow.
butter goes. Yes.
Oh, boy.
But The Made Men was one of my favorites, and that was Richard Donner, who
Yes.
got me that. He produced it, and Louis Marneau directed it. And she was, that's in my book. It really basically saved my life. And she was Frances, and she was like a Ma Kettle. I got to shoot a gun and had absolutely, I was playing this 81. I mean, they added lines. I got to wear no makeup and I had more fun with her. And it was also, I think, I'm going to break my sobriety because it's in the book, is I'm a sober alcoholic of 36 years, celebrated just February. And
wonderful.
And I was able to work without ego, and that's due to the program that I just fell in love with this character. And I went, oh my gosh, I'm an adult now. I don't have to worry about how I look or what I sound. This is even more fun. And because the role was so great and so much fun. And yes, she was the best thing in the film. It was Jim Belushi and Michael Beach, who I fell in love with. Michael Beach is a phenomenal actor. Look him up. He does a lot. He's on everything. He's the most incredible actor. And, it was just really nice to have that and to be able to just have fun. And so I said, this is what I want to do now. And that's what got me involved in my Born to Act players and got me back acting. And I got, the manager, the agent, and I've been working and doing and having fun.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's the other thing, having fun.
See, that's what it's about.
Enjoy the process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
A director too. Do you enjoy directing as much as being the actor?
I love directing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I
love the way you answer things. I love peanut butter. I love Jonathan Winters. I love directing. That's the real deal.
I had the drive. I didn't have the drive. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have directed more. I didn't. I was good. and the commercial and the thing. I had so much fun, and I got humor. I was able to see things that would stage it to where, oh, if you just put your hands here and just peeks up where you just see the eyes. Don't come, just the eye. That's funny. And put the thing over. And I said, you're hearing the thing and directing with kids. God, I love kids.
Did you used to watch your dad? Did you pick some of that up from dad? The directing and understanding the process?
Well, I think the gift was that Dad didn't study. It was just a natural. I mean, he was an assistant. He did, he was around the films. He did it all.
Did you watch him? Did you pay attention to what he was doing?
Well, he retired before when he did one of the last things, was I was born in 43 and he did High and the Mighty in 53.
Right.
And in the late 50s, I think was the last ones he did. And as I told you, I was interested in acting.
Right.
So it's like, I always was the character. As Dad, you say, you're the good-natured one in the family, so you can't feel any other way. Okay, fine.
That's it.
But
you got your role assignment.
Boy, yeah. But it's it's
all part of the process, and the directing.
I love directing.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. When I directed the commercial, it was great. I created, I wrote it, I directed it, I edited it, and I did the whole thing, and it was really fun. It was really great, but I just don't have. I didn't have the drive. I'm sorry. Anybody that does this and has, if you've got talent, great. That sure helps. But
that's part one. Yeah.
With it, you got to have the drive with it.
You've got to have the drive.
And I really didn't with the acting, or be honest with you, or with that. Otherwise, I don't. Maybe it's because I'm sober so long and I really work a strong program.
Right.
That it's like, because it was low self-esteem. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't enough. That's part of the ism. And, not good enough. So maybe that was part of it. And I think that's what got me back in acting, is because I finally felt like, you're good. You could do this, but not the direct. That takes a lot out of you. We were sitting on the set, I think it was 4:00 in the morning. Oh my God. Long. And we were just sitting there I was sitting there with the two women producers, and they're going, well, I'm going, I don't know. I got to set this shot. And all of a sudden, when I'm out of control, when I have no control over a situation or something, I start laughing. And I started laughing because there was no sleep like that. And all of a sudden, I don't know. And then I started laughing. Tears are coming out. They are doing the same thing. And we're all three of us laughing hysterically, and then, of course, got up and got the shot done.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, I love directors. I listen to directors. I trust directors. I don't, that Dad gave me. Thank you.
Right.
I like going to rushes. I like seeing the dailies, mainly just to see how they're doing it. I love it. I love the whole process.
Yeah.
If I wish I'd gotten sober in 20s instead of 40s. So then I could have been still young enough to have the drive to have done more, to have been okay with who I am as I am.
What you're saying is very inspiring, because there could be people watching quietly right now who are in the throes of it, and they're listening to somebody like you who has been in the spotlight, majority of her life, and surrounded by, Hollywood legend, but also, family, and everything's been there and available. What would you say to somebody maybe that is watching, that is not in that place yet of being able to say, I did it, I'm there. And maybe they're struggling, and they don't have to be somebody in the public eye. They're just somebody who, this particular year, everything that we've been through has been very overwhelming for a lot of people. There's been an increase in a lot of those situations where people are turning to things that, maybe numb, or make it seem better. What would you say to somebody watching that is in the throes of it or struggling right now?
I don't know. I think the main thing is to find things. There's always things you can be grateful for in your life. I'm grateful every day that I'm alive, that I have a program, I'm sober, the trees, that I have a higher power, that I've got the trees, the birds, the squirrels, I find. And as long as I stay in the now, I mean, right now, my only problem is I love the line, and it's okay to look back and it's okay to look forward. Just don't stare, because when you're staring, you're not enjoying the now. Being present, that's what it means, is present. You've got a present. So be present and try to find things. Get a flower, look, watch where your feet are going. Stay in the now and be grateful. And, I've always, the main thing I think is to really, if you want to do something, go for it. Go for it. Give it a try. Give it a try. Try anything. And if it doesn't work, try something else. But it's little steps. And it's really one day at a time, because that's all we have. We don't know how many we've got. You get in a car, anything can happen. You fall down. So you got to enjoy the now. We don't know how many nows we've got. This pandemic has shown us that. And love the ones you love. Let them know you care about them. That's important. To let everybody you love know you love them. Is that too much, Jim?
No, that's
I kept
beautiful.
preaching.
We talk about that a lot on the show, even though we talk about entertainment and all these other great things, we do sprinkle in the inspiration as well. And it's so true, because, sometimes people see just the glamour and the glitz of life. And sometimes there are things, we're all human, we're all real. We all, bleed, and when you pinch, it hurts. And, and we all go through different things in our lives. And I think the fact that you've been open and sharing and expressive is a beautiful thing about who you are, Cissy, because you obviously really deeply want to inspire others. You want to let others know that they have value and they have self-worth and they matter. And if you don't think that you do now, just let yourself know that you do, and you do to others. And that's a beautiful thing that you're doing.
You're special. Well, it's like working with my Born to Act players.
Tell us about that. That's really a beautiful thing you're doing as well. Boy,
well, because of the pandemic, and before that, I had a bad shoulder and I had shoulder surgery, so I couldn't be around them, because they're loving and hugging, and their ages around, all different ages, but the group I was working with, their ages like 19 to 40 to 50, 45, and they're with Down syndrome, autism, and special abilities. I mean, they're working actors. A lot, they're fabulous. They are just, if the world were more like them, what a wonderful place it would be, because they wear their hearts on their sleeves. They let you know how they feel. They get pissed, but they don't hold a resentment. What a concept.
Right.
And they laugh, to do improvs with them, to work with them. Oh my God. They give me, and their hugs. I mean, I miss them. It's like, it's just hugging, and they come in, it's Cissy, and it's so, each one you grab and do. Well, I had to stop being with them for a while because of the pain, because I'm not going to say, hey guys, you can't hug me. Can't do it to them.
Right.
And they're very high functioning, and my little Robin was also on Glee. She played Jane Lynch's sister that passed in the show, and she passed away last year. She had Alzheimer's and wasn't well. And, they're just Kelly. I mean, I could just name. They're phenomenal. They're my passion. They're my heart. And when this is all over and I get healthier, I'll be back.
How did you first get involved with it? I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, I had, when I bottomed out, that's language for when I bottomed out in my drinking
Yeah.
and showbiz.
Yeah.
And I bottomed out and everything, and I was broke. I lost everything, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And people kept saying, I was a year sober, and people kept saying, "Why don't you get in real estate?" I was going, "Why? I don't know if my brain works. It's
Yeah.
much." And I did get into real estate the second year, so I was doing real estate for almost over 20 years. Um, and one of my last clients, because I went, that's it. After I did the Made Men, and that's a story you're going to have to read in my book,
It's in the book.
because that was really saved my life.
Yes.
And that got me to wanting to go back when I realized I could do it without ego, without anything,
Mm.
and just enjoy the process, and had a ball.
Mm.
And that's with doing that. And then my last client was this gentleman named David Zimmerman. David is got one of the biggest hearts besides Mary Rings, who runs Born to Act Players and founded it, I've ever known. And he was referred to me as a client. And so I told David, as when we were looking for places, I said, "David, you're my last client, because I want to get back to getting my creative juices going, and I want to work with kids." And he said, "Well, I used to work with this group called Born to Act Players with Down syndrome." And I went, "Okay." And he says, "How would you like to go and see them?" I said, "Okay." I don't know how okay came out of my mouth, because I had the general population idea, a knowledge of autism, Down syndrome, different things. That's no knowledge. And so it sort of scared me. And that yes came out of my mouth was sort of a surprise.
Mm.
And and then it's like, okay, weeks went by and I didn't hear anything from him. And then, so I sort of went, okay, don't have to do that. And then on a Monday, he called me and he said, "Sis, I'm going to go see them Saturday. You want to go with me?" And I went, "Yeah." Who said yeah? And I went. I walked in. They were rehearsing a musical from Bye Bye Birdie.
Mm.
And here I am, a singer dancer. And I walked into this room with these kids and I went, oh my God, I fell in love. I mean, it was like, wow. I mean, their energy and stuff is mine. I'm very hyper, as you can tell. It's a little less now, but I've got a lot of energy. I've no where to place it. And I mean, I just fell in love with them, and Mary Rings, because the way she worked with them, I've never seen her say anything, not have a smile on her face. The way she works with these kids knocked me out. If she was a diva, I've been with them for 12 years.
Mm.
She was a diva, I would have had nothing to do with it. She was fabulous. It was just, so that's how and I thank David from the bottom of my hand. He works with inclusion films. He works with a lot of these wonderful kids. So yeah, that's how we've become great friends.
It sounds like you're incredibly inspired by it all as well, aren't you?
Oh yeah. People
Yeah.
say, "Look what you've done for them." I said, no, no, no. You see what they've done for me. They have done so much for me. Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. And then, it's what life is all about, paying it forward and letting them know that they're valued and loved
And being
and,
of service.
and being of service. Absolutely. Absolutely. We have some other cool shots here too from the
Uh-oh.
career.
These I didn't know you've got. So I'm like, oh, hello.
Hello.
There's the hooker. There's the hooker. Heart to heart.
That was
The
from Heart to
redheaded
Heart,
hooker.
right? Yeah, with Robert Wagner and yeah.
And
Yeah.
Steffi. Yeah.
Merlin loves your expressions, Merlin in Canada. The expression in the photo or the expression as she's in her polka dot chair? Or both. I think it's a combo.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. There she is.
I do, yeah, I do love your expressions too. Your reactions to the actual photos. So tell us about this.
Um, that's where he's a cop that's picked me up.
Yeah.
And I think he's arresting me. And then he says, I want something for you. And I think he's gonna, want me to give him a freebie.
Yeah.
And what he says no, and that's when he kills me. And I start laughing because I did as the actor, because in the script, it just says you're not gonna do that. Now if I'm looking at him and he's gonna strangle me, I'll fight. So I had to find something that pulled me away, and it was like, oh, don't tell me you're looking for a freebie. Oh my God, I remembered the dialogue.
Yes.
I was able to look away and laugh so I'd be caught off guard.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that scene was.
That's what that scene was. Yeah. That's amazing.
Here's
another one.
Oh, that's homeless.
Yeah. Tell us about that
the
one.
Strange Lady Homeless. That's a tough lady.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the character I did in The Manor.
Yeah. You feel very close and attached to her? You feel close to her and attached to her?
No, I don't. I feel sad for her.
Yeah.
That's a very sad lady who's, that's like nomad land right now that you're doing. That's what she would be a part of that.
Yeah.
That's lady's lived a heck of a life.
What was it like taking on that role for you, Cissy?
Well, it was really interesting because I'm really playing an old lady. Well, I am an old lady. But I don't,
no,
my mind says I'm
anybody that scoops peanut butter out with a spoon is not.
No, but
we are just children in adult clothing.
I know, but it's like my mind says I'm 19 and my body says, don't think so.
It reminds you.
Yeah, and the lady and I think all the characters are close, but she's a little fearful because she's in a retirement home and they're doing things to her, but she's she's got the shakes and the thing, and she's just, because they're pulling her hair and they're doing stuff, and whoa, she's scary.
Yeah. I've asked this before of some performers. Sometimes, you can take on a role that it could be on Broadway, it could be in television, it could be in movies, it could be whatever it may be. That is very consuming, very overwhelming, and sometimes so much so that there becomes a blur between the character that you're immersed in, in this film or in this series or on stage, whatever it is, that a blur between the person you are and the person that person is in the script. And sometimes the intensity of the role and the amount of intensity that the role calls for, and so much of you has to be thrust into it, and you're just living it and breathing it constantly. How have you been able to handle roles like that, where there's Cissy, then there's this character, but then sometimes there could be an overlap, or just the intensity of that character can become overwhelming in so many different ways for an actor?
Well, I think all the characters that we play as actors, I think, are all part of us. I mean, it's a sense memory, you're drawing from your own life. So there's always a part of me in everything that I've done. When I did A Pack of Lies, which was a fabulous play, and God, she was a tough character because it was a stage. So everything is right then and there. There was no cut. Let's take it again. And I had a scene. I mean, it was an actor's dream, because she was this lady that was a spy, and also she had been, because she was a spy, she had to be close to this family, which she ended up really liking. And she was a drunk. She drank, and she has, a scene where where she's drunk and she just has to let them know how it is. And then the very next, the lights come down, and then she's stage center with just a light on her, with a whole different, hi, this is a whole different character, a whole different lady that's this friendly and nice thing. So you had to go from one to the other. I love that kind of thing. I've never had a problem with taking it home, with doing them. I guess I've been really lucky that way, because just this last one, the manor, like I said, that demented lady, but I cut it up between, when I'm on set, with the crew, not with the other actors, because they may be doing their thing. But my thing is, I know my work. I know what I'm doing. I've got my lines. Everything's done. Everything is there. And I'm able to just, the minute they're getting ready, when they're lighting, setting up, we have a rehearsals. I can get right back into the character. But when I'm out of it, I get out of it, and I do things on set that gets them laughing. A lot of it can be off, when I say off color, one word, and I don't want to say it here, but it just happened in this last one, because they were pulling me away, and I'm going, I want to go home. And they say, you are home. I go, no. And then, in the rehearsal, I didn't say no, I said the F word, and the crew, everybody cracked up. But it's like knowing what and when, exactly, and how to do something.
Right.
The placement of it. When we did the table read, right. When we did the table read, it got to me, and everybody was just introducing themselves and the character. And they were just saying, Joe Blow and da character name to everybody on the table, and there were 13 of us. It got to me. I was the last one. It got to me, and I was next to the producer and the director. And it got to me, and I said, "Hi, I'm Cissy Wellman, and I'm an alcoholic." Oh, damn, wrong room.
Yeah,
yeah. And everybody cracked up. It just makes it all so easy for everybody else.
Yes, I agree. I do that. I think it's fantastic. It lightens the load. It breaks the ice, and then all of a sudden, life isn't as serious as we sometimes make it out to be, right?
Yeah.
And funny can be really good. Funny, I think,
the humor is so important, and being able to wear life like a loose garment.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Being able to laugh at yourself. You can't laugh. Yes, you can.
Do it all the time. People say, gee, do you ever take a bad picture, Jim? I say, yes, we put those in the fireplace. They act as wood. That's where they go.
That's funny. I love it.
Here's another performance here too. Mrs. Durham and
oh God, I love her.
Tell us about this one.
It hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, it's coming. It's a
and I've got leads in it. She's a domineering mother at first. She just, she runs her son's life basically. And then she goes to be with her son to help him with, as usual, come into town and bring food and just be nosy. And there's his girlfriend, who is got the pink hair, and she's she's not what her son should be with. And she ends up growing, and and she and her son really talk. They get to know each other. You see the change. So it's delicious. I love doing her.
Yeah.
That was, wait till it comes out. That's great.
Where are we going to be able to see that? Where's that going to be?
It's a movie. I don't know.
Oh
You
boy.
know,
So it
this
could be
time they've been wanting to put it into, you know,
like Netflix, Amazon, all those types of things.
no, gosh, I'm getting old. No, into
Cyberspace.
it's between the years. No, they want to first get it into like Sundance to
Oh
the.
yeah, the film festivals.
Thank you, film
Film
festivals.
festivals.
Ta-da!
Yes. I knew I was here
Yeah.
for a reason.
I'm gonna say, have another drink. Okay.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yes, Mom. Yes, they're putting it. They
How
want
do
to
you
put it
spell
into
that?
festivals. They want to put it into festivals. That's what they're hoping to do, but they're not that many, doing right now. So I'm the actor, so I'm just
Yeah,
back from
you
that.
go
So I
along
wait to
with.
see what they have to say. But boy, I did love doing that.
How
Yes.
long did it take you to write the book? Going back to the book, they say I come from Hollywood royalty, and so where's my crown? And the title. How did you come up
Isn't
with
that
the
great?
title?
Well,
Yeah.
everybody kept saying to me with the thing, she said, God, you come from Hollywood royalty. And I go, oh, yeah, I guess I do. So I had that. And then with my sense of humor, I have to do, so where's my crown? That's how I came up with it. I at first it was, they say I come from Hollywood royalty. I said, no, that's not right. There has to be more to it. And then I went, so where's my crown? So
Right.
it just sort of came out. So, which is, and it's perfect. It's just so much fun because I ask the question. And then at the end I say, well, so did I get my crown? To the reader.
Well, it's a wonderful read. You're so open and expressive in it as well. And was there any hesitation about being expressive and open in that way, or you knew that's what you wanted to do with that book?
No, I did. I'm not as open as you're saying. I was, but it's like,
Probably a little more open than most, maybe, but right, exactly.
well, I didn't do the negatives. As I said,
Right.
I'm not going to sit there and
All
blast
positive.
somebody. I did one. To be honest with you, I had one in there, and my sister, who just loved Maggie, who read it, she went, maybe. What do you think about not putting in that? I mean, I don't think there's a lawsuit,
But
do you really want to do? It's the only real negative. And I went, oh, okay. So he's an idiot. So he's not a nice guy. Don't need to put it in. Don't need to do it. So I didn't. And I'm not going to tell you who it is.
oh, everybody's thinking now that put your thinking caps on. They're going to
You'll
Google, they're going to
never
watch
guess.
all your shows,
I'll
all
give you-
your movies. They're going to watch everything you've ever been in, past, present, and future.
Nah, won't do it. No,
No, you shouldn't.
no.
You definitely shouldn't.
No, but it was, once I broke my anonymity in it and talked about my dad.
Yeah.
That was once I got past mom and dad,
Yeah.
our relationships.
Yeah.
And I didn't dwell on it. I
Exactly.
didn't need to dwell on, our not being close and my not feeling a part of, or pretty enough, good enough, what enough. I just, you knew it from what I wrote, but you didn't, I didn't need to just dwell on it and just keep harping on it. So, and thank God I had a Howard Hawks,
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us about this fantastic room you were in. We like, sometimes with this show, we have some fun, and I do a little bit of that old style Edward R. Murrow, where
Look at
it's
me.
like,
Look at me.
look at that. Look at the
Those are-
colors.
Those are my paintings. I paint. This is my guest room, my office. There we go. There we go. There we go. What else am I showing you? There. I don't know what I'm showing you here. There's me. There's that. And you've got me and looking outside. You got my outside. There. That's it. That's my I could walk you around my room, my house real quickly.
Beautiful.
I've got a very
yeah.
whimsical, wonderful home. Very
Love to see
whimsical.
it. Sure. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Hello. Look at this. Okay. We are going for a walk. Here we go. Here we go. This is, oh, here's, can you see that? There's my pictures of my mom and dad and Clark Gable, my family. Here we go. Here we go. We're going into, there's Maggie Cat. There's Maggie Cat. Say hi, Mag. Hi.
Hey, Maggie Cat. Hey, Maggie Cat.
And that's out my outside with my pool, my backyard. I don't know if you could tell, but this is my family room, my TV room.
Beautiful,
I love it.
beautiful fireplace too.
Oh yes, 2 fireplaces. And this
very
is my
comfortable, kitchen. Warm home. Very warm, very comfortable.
And this is my kitchen, which is my favorite room, which is got a lot of stuff in here.
What style is the house? What would you say the style and the year of the house?
You know what? I told you I love Martha's Vineyard. So wait, look, can you see the floors? How do I show you the floors? I get down on the floor. Hello. Can you see the floor?
Oh, yeah.
That I distress myself. They're white distressed floors. It's because it's Martha's Vineyard. I've got a little farmhouse is what I've got. This is my living room. You have the dining room. This is my home.
It's beautiful. It's warm. It's comfortable. I had asked you if there was another place you would be other than where you are in California, and you said Martha's Vineyard.
Well, we were there with my husband who passed away 8 years ago. We were there at 9/11 in Martha's Vineyard, and we were on our way to Boston because that's where my dad was raised. I wanted to go back there and see it, and we were on our way. Literally, I was outside of our hotel, and my husband Greg came out and he said, waiting for the cab to take us to the airport. And he came out and said, "Sis, you better come in and see this." And I walked in to the lobby and they had the television on and the first plane had gone in. And as we were standing there, we watched the second plane go in and they closed the airport and we had to stay in Martha. We were already there for over a week and we had to stay another week. I loved it there. And because of the time, there was a feeling of need, of people needing to be with people. It was like, because we didn't know, it was just horrific. And everybody opened their doors in Martha's Vineyard. I mean, people were opening the doors, come in, have coffee, have the thing, come in and have a hand. It was just, I get goosebumps. It was just, so I have such a warm feeling of being there for, 2 weeks, and I fell in love with it because of how it was at that time.
Yeah, that's beautifully said. Your home, they're commenting about how love it. Such a lovely home, Cissy. That farmhouse primitive. I love it. Yeah. Very nice. Enjoy looking at your photos in the room. Pretty kitty. Tour time. You did that well too. You did that. Is that the real estate prowess? Let me show you the kitchen and let me show you this is our family room. It seats 200.
That's funny.
You did that well, The lighting was good throughout.
I have great lighting in here anyway. I love it. And it's
well, there's beautiful sunlight coming in from I think a window behind you. See that sun behind you?
It's right there. I've got the clouds. I'm looking at my trees. I've got, and the birds. I've got a bougainvillea right out here, and all the birds are like. I mean, it's just it's my little piece of heaven. I love it. So for me to leave this would be really hard. And I happen to be lucky enough to have a cabin up at Big Bear.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
I've got the mountains. So
you can get away and write and. Yeah.
But I love this because, as I said, I live alone now and I'm, so I've got everything I need right here. I'm fine. I've got 50 5 last count or something like that, nieces, nephews, and great nieces and nephews. I'm the only one that didn't have kids. And it's,
Yeah.
whoa, I'm fine if I need to see someone. Hey, Bill, lend me one of your kids. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Prior to COVID and hopefully post-COVID, do you like traveling, visiting, going places?
As I said, I love my home so much. I have something
Yeah.
that I'm a homebody. Maybe
Yeah.
that's, I don't know, but I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
And even before this all came about, I'm a homebody. But yeah, I mean, we traveled a lot on location. I've been to the Canary Islands, been to England, France, and of course Italy, which I love, and was the Amalfi Coast, and we stayed in Positano at Franco Zeffirelli's villa. Hello. Phenomenal. I mean,
I bet you didn't scoop the peanut butter jar with a spoon there, did you? Maybe you did Nutella.
no, they had a chef that was living there. It was put on weight. I mean, holy moly. We used to laugh when it was open kitchen for breakfast, so you could, and they always had fresh squeezed orange juice or whatever, and, stuff. So I'd have the orange juice and coffee because we finally got to the point where at every meal we'd sit down first and start counting the utensils.
Yeah.
Because they made everything homemade, the pasta, everything. And it was so good that you'd fill up and you go, oh my God, they're bringing 18 million more things. And
yes, when I was in Venice, it was like that. All the courses.
Yes, but this was at a place we lived in. We were staying at the villa. Thank God we were playing tennis and walking a lot. That's uphill and downhill. But boy, I mean, it was so good.
Yeah. 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 I love tennis too. Yeah. Your sister was big in tennis, right?
My whole family.
Yeah.
Others started playing tennis. So Dad, we were brought up on a 4-acre farm in Brentwood, basically, and it was an orange orchard up top at the top of the property at the street level. And when Mom started playing tennis instead of golf with Dad, he went, well, we're getting rid of the orange orchard and we're building a tennis court so I can see you, so I can be with you all. My brother Bill played tennis, my sister Kitty. My sister Maggie is really a fabulous tennis player. She's playing pickleball now. That's what they're trying to get me hooked on.
That is very I play tennis too, and pickleball, it's really popular now.
Fun. It's fast.
Isn't it?
Until I had the shoulder surgery, so I'm going to get back to it. It's fun.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I'm surprised because I was a good tennis player. I love tennis. And Kitty, all of us played, and our husbands and the wives. And what's really frustrating is when my brothers would come down who didn't play, Tim and Mikey, especially Tim, who's the rancher. He's 2 years older than me. He would come down in the early days, and here I was a good tennis player and really played teams and everything. And he would say, oh, let's go play. He beat me. It would piss me off so much.
Because he just show up and
he's a good athlete, and he'd just run it all the time. He's like, I don't like you anymore. Up into pieces.
Yeah, it's funny. That's funny. Merlin in Canada actually asked. She I guess she loves cruises. Did you ever do a cruise? Have you ever done cruises?
Yeah. We did. My husband wasn't that well. That's part of the thing you read in the book.
Yeah.
Where Richard Donner saved my life.
Right.
Doing that made men. Because he was a diabetic with rheumatoid arthritis. He ended up having arthritic nodules on the bottom of his feet. And he had a great attitude. You would never know the pain he was in. And he had problems walking. So we did the cruises. So we started doing cruises, and we would do mainly the easy ones to Mexico and back, because I didn't want to be away from home long. I mean, that's, as I said, I'm a homebody.
Right.
And because I've done so much traveling, with the filming and stuff like that. And it's a lot in the United States, which I love. I love Colorado. Another place I'd be interested in. I love Telluride, Colorado.
Mm.
Go Colorado and Telluride, Colorado. And I like snow, so that's
Are
not.
you a skier? Have you skied?
I was a skier in my early years, a lot. I mean, I even slept in my Volkswagen just to go skiing at Mammoth. I think I was 16 or 17. And then when I started dancing with Nick Castle on the Andy Williams show and being a Nick Castle dancer, we had a break, an Easter break. And he said, "What's everybody going to do?" Just asking. I guess, "Oh, I'm going mammoth skiing." He says, "No, you're not." I went, "Huh?" He says, "No. If you break your leg, you can't ski." What about you? And I went, that ended my skiing career. That was it. That was it.
What was it like working with Andy Williams?
Oh, he was great.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to meet him a couple of times. Just a wonderful person, warm and friendly and affable and approachable.
And Joey Bishop was one of the guest stars, and he was hysterical.
Joey Bishop, yeah.
He would do things. You go, "Oh, don't laugh."
Yeah.
Don't laugh. Yeah, Andy was great. He was great. He really was. I've been blessed. I mean, when I say there were a couple that have let me down, so to speak, or that I wasn't happy about, but that's literally it. A couple, maybe two. The rest, I've loved.
Have there ever been roles that you either passed on or wish that you got that are out there that you recall over the years?
Well, I can't go there. You know what I mean? I can't. It's like, if it's meant to be, it will be. And I would go in. I had callbacks. I got tested for things I didn't get. But it's like, it's not meant to be. I don't sit there and go, "What if?" Woulda, coulda, shouldas, because I got a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas.
That's a good way to be too. It's a good way to be. It is what it is, right?
And that's what I do now. I mean, it's like, I just tested for something yesterday that I'd like to do, and the one I'm going to do, that I would like to do. If I don't get it, I don't get it. And with this time of the Zoom, everybody in the world, they get to see, because it's just, it's a video, and
Right.
everybody could, so, and at my age, there are not that many roles for me. So, when I get it, I'm fine. And I have no qualm. If it's a line, if it's 4 pages, if it's 3 days, if it's 1 day, hey, I'm here. Let's go play.
Exactly.
And it's just, I can't, have I had one that really got me, and it was, I can't think of the name, and it was with Robert Duvall, and God, I was 19, 20. And no, I was older. I had to have been in my late 20s, because she was a madam. And I read for it, and it was when you went in to read for the meet that Ulu Grossbart was the director. Wow. And I kept getting callbacks, and I kept wearing the same thing, of course. It was starting to walk in and by itself. And I finally got the role, and it was a fabulous role. And I was then just starting to get big. Before I married Donna, I was doing all the things and ego. And so they offered me scale. And I told the agent, I said, "Are they kidding me?" Right, for scale. And of course, I didn't get it. That was but you know what?
It was a teachable moment.
That's what I was just going to say. It's a lesson. And I learned from that. If I want to do it, I'll pay you to do it. I've turned down ones where, it's a low SAG one, and they want, and it was a wife. I'd done her before. It was recent. And I've been there, done that. And they wanted me to pay for my flight there and to pay for. No. It's getting to know yourself also, to say, hey, those are no's. But if it was a role that I hadn't done, if I was interested in doing it, I'll pay you to do it.
Yes, I understand that. Right.
Yeah.
Did it take time for you to be able to do that, to have that inner strength to say, maybe I will pass on that. That's not for me, or, like paying
Sure.
for the flights and all these things, because when we're all first starting out, we sort of grab everything and anything because we feel it could be the last thing, or maybe we'll be able to build on the thing that we do that's paying $2 a year, but it'll build onto the next thing. So you think all of that, but then as time and wisdom and experience and talent and self-confidence and all these things come to play and bear themselves, and you realize that you really want to do things that are impactful, that really cause people to think and move people emotionally, leave them with something, even a piece of yourself through the work, then you can start to say, I really want to do work. And even if I'm paying to do it, like you say, I really want to do work that speaks to me and work that really matters.
Well, that's part of it, but I just like working. I'll just do it. It's like they sent me a thing that was just a couple lines. I said, fine, I'll do it. It's just also, it's my soul work. It's my soul. It's getting on a set. Like I said, I'm a set junkie. I like to work. And as I said, no ego. So I don't have to have the starring role. I don't have to have, the guest star. And when I get there, I don't have to be treated like a star or anything like that. I want to be a part of the gang. But that's 35, 36 years now of working a program of rigorous of getting to know who I am, working the steps, being a thing, and getting to know that I'm a good person. I'm the best me I possibly can be. And I beat myself up all the time, but I try to stop. I catch myself doing it. I said, hey, good girl.
How has that process, that personal journey that you've been on, and again, kudos to you for doing it, how has that enhanced your performances?
Oh, I think it's enhanced a lot because I'm not drinking. Hello, number one. But yeah, when you're able to be real with yourself and who you are with your defects or faults, whatever you want to call them. I am when I say defects of character, is that low self-esteem, not good enough, I can't do it. One of my main ones right now with work is memorization. I sit there, go, I can't do it. And I go, yes, I can. I've always done it. Why are you saying that to yourself? And it's like, it's rigorous honesty. It's trying to be the best me I can possibly be. And, I have to look at it, and you have to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're no good to anybody else. So it's learning to take care of myself with who I surround myself with. I'm a very positive person. I work with people that have problems. They're not negative people, but they have problems, and that's okay. That's not saying, I'm not going to be around you at all. It's important to be there for people when they need you. I work that in the program, and I go to a lot of Zoom AA meetings. I did before it was Zoom. That's part of my program, because one of the things, I was a rageaholic also. When I drank, she came out. She's scary. I'd punch you out. Somebody say, you've been drinking too much. I have not. Pow. Oh my Lord. She's, so I'm and she's still there. She's still there. But the difference is, I know when I'm going, why are you feeling this way? Why are you getting in the car and feeling?
What are the triggers? And
yes. So that's part of my thing too, is really working on that and just saying, if it's meant to be, it will be. And if it's not, okay. And it's the journey. It's not the end. It's the journey that's the fun part.
Exactly.
I can't get to end results. End results will kill me. I get out of end results. I go, here I'm doing what I have to do. It was with the book. I never thought it was going to do what it's been doing. It is taken off. People tell me that they are getting 4 and 5 of them and giving them as gift. I'm like, out.
Yeah.
It's just knocking me out. I had no idea because I had no expectation. I sat there going, okay, I'm going to do this. And if it's meant to be, it will. And I hope some people read it and have a good time, because that's what it's supposed to be. And what a surprise, but I haven't, it's like, okay. And I try. The other thing is people pleasing. It's hard when somebody says, oh, I read your book. Well, it's like,
Yeah.
that I read your book. Well, why'd you say that? Unless you're going to say something more, you dumb. I'm saying in my head, and
Ever say it out loud?
say it out loud. I read your book. I said, well, what'd you think? Oh, I loved it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You have to sort of like,
Hello?
I know. Feed them the lines.
Why
Okay.
did you
Yeah.
say
I watched
it?
that show the other night, Jim. And I was on for an hour and a half. And did you like it? I mean, yeah, we were busting our,
Watched
what to do that program for you. And
Right.
what do you think?
We watched you. Whoopee.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Can I have a little more? It's almost like when you're talking to somebody, like in a conversation, and you ask a question and they go, yes, no, maybe. Like, can you expand on that a little? We still have 20 minutes to kill. A little bit more.
Oh, I know it. Do I get to say that my book sold on Amazon?
Yes, tell us all of that. Amazon
But
and
that's where that's the other thing. I didn't know anything about what to do. And so with my publisher gal, she said, let's do it just Amazon. Let Amazon do the whole thing. So
they do everything there. Yeah.
that's it.
It's a fantastic read. It really, really is. And I love the writing style and just the way that you expressed yourself.
Talking. Everybody says, boy, we really can hear you.
Yes, you can feel and hear Cissy in this book, and I encourage folks to get it. I have it, as I mentioned, here at the house, and we've read it, and it really is fantastic. And I just love it. And thanks for sending it as well. I'll cherish this, my friend. It really is incredible. And as are you. And I love this headshot, like I said, that you sent me, which I think is perfect.
I know, is that fun? It does look like me. Come on, you guys.
That's Cissy. Hi, I'm Cissy.
I was trying to put lines on, but they don't do that on your avatar.
No, they gave you freckles.
I did that. I
Yeah.
made as close to me with the hair and everything that I could find. So
you created your own avatar.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd ever say something like that?
No, I can't believe what you did now. I created my avatar. Listen, I get to say I'm an author.
Isn't that something? Do you see more books coming down the pike?
No.
That's a definitive.
No. Yeah. Definitive. No. No.
No.
This is
because you, and that's because you poured so much of yourself into this particular one.
Well, I got rid of it. Are you there?
Oh yeah, you're there. I'm there. You're there.
That was my brother from Hawaii calling.
Oh, and it
just came through. I didn't know how.
Your brother from Hawaii? Does he live in Hawaii?
Yeah, one of my.
Oh my God! Why aren't we doing the show in Hawaii with Cissy and her brother? The next time you come back, we're going to do it in Hawaii or Martha's Vineyard. Either or, both good choices.
Well, I'll come back to Martha's Vineyard because I've been to Hawaii, seeing my brother a lot. He's lived there for a long time. He lives in Kauai. He's fabulous.
Yeah. What does he do?
He is. What does Mikey do? Mike is like a deacon, number one.
Oh, great.
With kids. He builds surfboards and he's just
loving life.
Everybody I know.
Yeah.
He sent voicemail, so I have to I'll call him later.
Right after I say,
He's calling because he forgot to wish me a happy birthday, I'm sure.
oh,
We do that with each other. I know all their birthdays. Nobody else does.
so you you keep track of it all.
I know all of them. Yeah, they're great. But I haven't talked to Mikey for a while. He's just great.
So
They're
when you,
best.
I mean, that's beautiful to be able to say that. Some families, can't say that. And we're blessed to have a very close family as well. My mother is the youngest of 16. You have the best reactions to everything. I'm just going to edit this together and just do all of Cissy's reactions.
No, 16. I'm thinking of just 7 is just 7. 7 is.
And the 16, my mother's the youngest of the 16, and the 16 happened in only a 20-year span. 16.
Oh, really sick. Wait a minute. So they're twins?
They only had 3 stations back then, and they were black and white. There's no Netflix.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. 16. Well, were there twins or quadruplets? Or?
No, you would think, right? No. No.
Wow.
That amazing. So I know what you mean as far as the family and staying in touch with people and how important that is. And
how many do you have brothers and sisters?
You're still counting.
No, I'm going with you. Do you have brothers and sisters? Do you have siblings?
Sister, and she's married with children, and yep. Because my mother came from the 16, so the boy and the girl, and good.
I get it. Maybe that's why I don't have any.
That is funny.
So that's, yeah.
Yeah. And you get a chance to work with them and inspire them, which is a beautiful thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you look at the body of work, all these wonderful things that you've had an opportunity to do throughout your career and so much more. I mean, we've just really scratching the surface of the life of Cissy here. But what are some of the things that do continue? It's a beautiful shot of you as well. What was that for?
That's for all my classy women.
That's a great shot.
Literally did turn one down that was supposed to go shoot in Vegas Tuesday. And I said, I can't. I'm not going to get on an airplane, number one, and drive to have to stay in a place that I don't know, not with what's going on. I said, sorry, it's not that. It was a commercial biggie for one of the hotels. And I went, no, sorry. Yeah. That's where you learn the no. The boundary say no. Nope. And that's that lady. That's the very upscale class. Very,
very nice.
Thank
Well,
you.
when you look at all of this, over the years, all the wonderful opportunities that you've had to do, I mean, an incredible variety of roles that really challenge you and, bring the essence of you into these roles. What are some of the things that continue? I mean, I think you've done a beautiful job expressing some of it, of the happiness and of the contentment that you've been able to reach. And, it took work to get there, but it's there, and a beautiful home and family and contentment, job well done type of thing. What are some of the things that continue to still bring you joy and blessing and inspiration to want to still perform and create for the good of everybody else, as you do so beautifully, Cissy?
Well, I love doing it. And, the audition now, the taping, that to me is the thing. I don't care whether I get it or not. Well, of course I care if I get it or not, but that's not the primary thing. The fun part is just doing the audition. I memorize the lines. I had a 4-page scene yesterday. I memorized. I go in and do it. So I know my brain is still functioning at this age, which is important. And I enjoy it. And yet the gift is that I don't need it financially. Thank you, God. I'm okay. And I just, waking up every morning. When I was drinking, it used to be, and the first thing in the morning would be, oh God, it's morning. Now I get up and I say, good morning, God. And I have a higher power. And I'm a very spiritual person, but that's, I love life. And
you hear that? You hear what's happening as you're saying that? The
You hear
birds are chirping as you're
the
saying
birds.
that. There's a reason for everything.
I love it. I love life. And so, as long as they keep wanting to maybe see me, I'll keep doing it. That's the fun. So, and
Yeah.
if I don't, I've got the Born to Act players.
Yes.
Always said if I never get paid for it again, the joy I get from them and
Yeah.
working with them has
It's
been.
a true blessing. Well, you are a treasure. You're a blessing.
Thank you.
You're funny as all heck, and you're super talent and very warm, and you've been so open and expressive and a true delight. And loved every second of this. I know our lovities have as well. They've been expressing it throughout the conversation here, which I think is wonderful. Loving the conversation. Cynthia says, looking forward to reading your book, Cissy. Cynthia, Catherine Howard in Washington, D.C., and Merlin in Canada. What a wonderful guest and conversation as well. Linda in Florida. So have enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you very much. Mary Bishop in Florida. That this was a wonderful conversation. And that's what I tell people. I say, it's not an interview. We have a warm, flowing, freestyle conversation on the Jim Masters Show Live. Kathleen Walker in New York says, great conversation, great house, tour, pretty cat, cool stories, cool chair. Thanks for sharing your life with us, Cissy. You nailed it. Kathy is happy.
Thank you.
Cynthia, wonderful attitude, Cissy. Austin Field, another excellent show. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Linda says, thank you, Cissy, for sharing your life story with all of us. Beautifully said. And Cynthia says, Cissy, you have such a beautiful lady with you are such a beautiful lady with a wonderful spirit. I wish we lived closer. Would love to have tea with you. That is it.
That's so sweet.
I tell you, huh? And Wozniak in Florida says, this was a lovely evening. Thank you for sharing. Beautiful. And I appreciate that. Linda Odell says, you're like Betty White. She said the same thing. She's going to continue to act as long as she can.
Darn right.
God bless Betty, huh? What, 99? Unbelievable. Well, kind of like George Burns. I mean, what, he's made 100. God bless them. God bless them is right. Christine Clifton in North Carolina says, thanks, Cissy, for a fabulous evening together here in Lovety Hall. You have such a great outlook on life, wonderful career, enjoyed the house tour, loved all your stories and entertaining Lovety. Absolutely. Merlin in Canada says, thank you, Cissy. Been a pleasure. You're a Lovety for sure. That's terrific, really. An outpouring of beautiful Lovety here. And Amy, who's a wonderful poet, says, fun show. Absolutely. I agree, gang. You guys are the best. Cissy, this really was a treat. And I hope the show met whatever expectations you had, and that we'll keep the porch light on for you. And, I hope you enjoyed the time with me as much as I certainly have with you.
I had a ball. Thank you. Thank you. It just flew by.
Didn't it?
A delight. You are just a delight to get to know also. Thank you, Jim. Wow.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Would you believe we chatted for almost 2 hours? It's almost 2 hours.
The heck out. Wait. Oh, whoa. I'm turning on my computer. Oh, gosh.
It didn't feel like it, right? I love that reaction. No. I love that reaction. They should have cast you in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
They should have cast you. Your expressions. You ever do voiceover work? Your voice, you go into various. I did a lot of voiceover.
I did for film.
Yeah.
Film. Yeah.
Yeah.
The translate.
Yeah.
For the French films, I did them into English.
Into English. Wow.
Yeah.
You did that, huh? That must have been a lot of fun. A lot of hard work too. Well, you be well, you stay healthy. And again, whether you're here on the East Coast or I'm on a TV shoot or something on the West Coast, love to get together and break bread. It would be an honor and a pleasure. New friend. And look, Cynthia and the gang are saying, Cissy, please come back again, dear Lovety lady.
Thank you so much. I had a ball.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Cissy.
And take care of yourself. Be well. Everybody,
Thank you.
lovity.
Lovely. Lovely is
Stay
what
well,
it's all
everybody.
about. Absolutely. And again, thank you. And we'll tell them again towards the end how to get the book. But thanks again for this, for writing this and sharing this with us. So much of yourself in this fabulous book, Cissy. We really appreciate it.
Bye.
I know what you're going to do right after this. You're going to go in the kitchen and get that jar of peanut butter and that big spoon and scoop it out.
I've got to buy some more. I finished it off just
Oh, you and me, high five, because there's no peanut butter in this house too, and I'm in withdrawal. There's no peanut butter. What kind of peanut butter do you like?
crunchy, the natural, nothing additive, just peanuts, a little salt maybe, but that's it.
That's it.
Peanuts with peanuts in it. I like crunchy.
Yeah. Do not give her creamy. If you invite her over to the house and you make a sandwich that's creamy, there's going to be an issue.
Well, I should put it on the corn on the cob. Remember to try it on corn on the cob.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to.
You'll love it. You'll say thank you, Sissy, wherever you are.
And who gave you that again?
Fred McMurray.
Fred McMurray. Fred McMurray came up with peanut butter on corn on the cob.
Yep.
Well, I tell you, if it came from Fred, it's got to be good. Good night. You be well, my friend. Loved having you here on the show. You're a true blessing, a true treasure, and we'll hopefully have you back again soon. You stay well, and thanks for being with us.
Love you all.
You as well. Take care. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. The wonderfully talented, legendary award-winning TV, film, and stage actress extraordinaire, Cissy Wellman. So much joy in her life and her spirit. Don't you love her? She really is amazing. She's so funny. She's warm. She's affable. There's a little sassiness in there too, which I think is awesome. She's authentic. She's real. And like you say, God bless Cissy, right? God bless Cissy. And oh no, Cynthia says the squirrels ate her peanut butter. Oh, that is awful. And thank you, Cissy, for your time. Nice to meet you. Mona saying that in Louisiana, USA. And good night. Have a great night. You as well. Gang, this was fantastic. And again, if you'd like to learn more about the book, I do suggest you get it. It's available on Amazon. And she shared that. Well, didn't you love that Jonathan Winters story? Jonathan Winters is one of the classic, witty, dry. I love dry, quick, observant of life humor. As you guys know, that's probably why I like Jack Lemmon too, and so many others. Here is the book right there. Yes. They say I come from Hollywood royalty. So where's my crown? And there she is on the cover again with Clark Gable. And there's the beautiful home she was raised in. A lot of love. And she's amazing, right? She's an American treasure. We're so honored to have had this amount of time with her. We thank her so very, very much. And I think it's really, really fantastic to have her here on the show. Bye-bye, Cissy. She was waving to me. She's in the little square there and she's saying bye-bye. Really, really wonderful person. And again, an incredible career, right? Some of these, you know her from, this was amazing when she was talking about playing that role. That took a lot. And of course, the years on The Waltons, which people know and love. There she is as well. And if you saw the episode with Cammie Cotler, or if you didn't see the episode also from The Waltons, Cammie Cotler, definitely check that out on our YouTube channel. There is when she was on My Three Sons. This was funny. She was talking about that as well. And this is coming out, so keep a lookout for that. Cissy Wellman is Mrs. Durham in Coincidental Romance. That is something coming out. We talked about her father, legendary film director William Wellman. Yes. And her mother, the extraordinary actress and dancer, Dorothy Wellman, too. Legends, Hollywood legends. And her sister, too. Is her sister, Kathleen Kitty. She was married to James Franciscus, another incredible actor. And of course, everybody in her family, her brother in Hawaii and everybody. This is cool, isn't it? There's her avatar. So again, check out the book. It's on Amazon. They say I come from Hollywood royalty. So where's my crown? By Cissy Wellman. And really, really, she opened up so much about her life. Probably you learned things about her perhaps that you didn't even know. And that's one of the cool things about the Jim Masters Show Live. It's a warm, welcoming place where we all come together. I do as your host, you guys, the lovely viewers around the world, our guests. We really get a chance to learn about one another, about our lives, and that's what makes it, the world go around. And I think it's really terrific. So we thank our very special guest, live and direct from Studio City, California, Cissy Wellman. Tomorrow night, don't miss it. Yes, former child star Rodney Allen Rippey is going to be with us. Remember, he was in the Jack in the Box commercials for years. Absolutely. But he's done so much more. TV movies, specials, shows. He's a politician. He's very big with global peace and justice. And just, he's got an amazing story. He's going to be with us live. The one and only Rodney Allen Rippey. On the left, there he is in the Jack in the Box commercials. Google the Jack in the Box commercials. You'll remember Rodney. So excited to have him here on the show. You're very welcome, Kathleen. Thanks. Have a great night. Stay safe. Lovely hugs. Good night all as well. And God bless Cissy. Yes, Rodney Allen Rippey is going to be with us. And we look forward to that and so many more. I mean, Academy Award and Golden Globe winning actor. George is going to be with us. George, let's see. I want to show you another picture too. I think I have it. Before I tease you with it, this one here. I'm looking for oh no, that's not that one. That's that other one that she's going to be in. We're talking about Cissy. Where is that other one? Where'd that other one go? Bring it up. Come on. You can do it. There it is. My West Side Story. That is the memoir of George Chakiris. George, of course, starred in West Side Story. He was also in White Christmas and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. And There's No Business Like Show Business. He is our guest next weekend on the Jim Masters Show Live. And there he is when he got the Academy Award. It's going to be incredible. And then we also have coming up next week, he's on Saturday night, a week from tonight, George. Coming up next Sunday, Martha Bolton, who co-authored this book with Linda Hope, Bob Hope's daughter. And it's an amazing book about the years that the one and only Bob Hope spent supporting the GIs. This is Dear Bob Hope's wartime correspondence, the GIs of World War II. This is filled with photos and stories and memories, and Martha's going to share them with us exclusively here on the Jim Masters Show Live. We look forward to that. On Friday night of this week, this is Stan Goldman, and Stan is an extraordinary legal expert as well as on-air correspondent, CBS, NBC, Fox, so many networks, so many channels. He's reported on the Michael Jackson trial and O.J. Simpson trial and some of the biggest ones. He's going to be here on Friday. And a week from today, Neil Byrne from Celtic Thunder is going to be here live from Ireland. He's going to perform live. He was with us in the fall, and he's going to make a return visit. And we're very excited about that. And of course, another great guest that's coming up, Dee Wallace, legendary Hollywood actress Dee Wallace. So many movies, so many shows, and just another wonderful legend. You can find us on the Jim Masters Show Live, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here for you. We love having all of you here, and we thank you for being with us as often as you guys are. 2 shows today, double lovity. We're going to sleep well tonight. I hope you enjoyed all the entertainment. We've been on the air for 5 or 6 hours of shows just for all of you to enjoy. So share the show, share the lovity, tell everybody about the Jim Masters Show Live, and smile and share the lovity. Find your Zen place. Cissy Wellman says she loves the ocean. She loves Martha's Vineyard. And of course, where she is in Studio City, her beautiful home. I love the ocean here on the coast in the northeastern part of the United States as well. So find your Zen place. Of course, loving family and friends is the #1 Zen place. And of course, working in television, radio, and stage all these years behind the scenes, on camera, everywhere. Love the work. You got to love it. Do what you love and love what you do. That's what it's all about. And as we always say, don't forget to relax. We invite you to relax and love one another and love yourself. Cissy was very open about that during the conversation tonight. Remember that you have value, you have self-worth. And everybody here that watches the Jim Masters Show Live, whether you're watching live or you're watching this later in the archives, we welcome you. We hope you had a good time. Don't forget to breathe and relax and share the lovity. Share the lovity as much as you can. We thank you very much. We toast all of you. We wish you a wonderful good night. We're back 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. So have a wonderful Sunday. And then we'll be back on Sunday evening with Rodney Allen Rippey. I cannot wait. I love that episode of The Odd Couple when Tony Randall and Jack Klugman, remember Cissy Wellman said she loved working with Jack Klugman, who of course was Oscar Madison on The Odd Couple, but also was Quincy on the NBC series Quincy. Jack Klugman was amazing too, as was Tony Randall. There was an episode where Rodney Allen Rippey played the landlord. He was this little cute little kid, and they brought him in, and he was the landlord of their apartment building. It was really, really a funny episode of The Odd Couple. Jim, thanks for a terrific night with Cissy. Always nice hearing and always nice being all together in Lovely Hall. Really superb guests in the coming weeks. See you all tomorrow. Good night, Jim. Lovely friends and hugs. Thank you very much. We're working so hard behind the scenes doing these shows and all the production elements and everything that comes along with it. But you guys are loving it, and I really appreciate that. Spread the word. Tell everybody you know. When you're having phone calls or writing emails or you're on your social media, spread the word about the Jim Masters Show live. And we love it if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you haven't, we would love if you do it and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content. Also, those of you who are on my Facebook page, Jim Masters TV, make sure you follow the page too. Make sure you follow the page. Don't just like the page, but follow it. Reason why is Facebook is making major changes to Facebook. And pages where there are likes, they're going to be removing the like button and the like capability, and people that are liking the pages but not following the pages are going to be removed. So if you like the Jim Masters TV page, which I really sincerely appreciate, make sure you follow it so you don't miss any of our posts, our conversations, the lovely events, special announcements, or just the ability to be a top fan. I know a lot of you are top fans on the page. So if you want to continue that, make sure you go to the Facebook page, Jim Masters TV, and you follow the page. There is a button there somewhere on the front of the page where you just click follow, because they're going to be removing likes on Facebook pages. And again, the reason why they're doing that is because they feel that the people that have these pages, which are usually public figures and maybe businesses or companies, it gives them a better representation of who really appreciates what they do, who's really not just liking, clicking like and then disappearing, but who's really following what their message is and what they believe and what they have to say and what their talent is and whatever it is they do. So if you like the Jim Masters page on Facebook, Jim Masters TV, make sure you follow it, because they're going to be doing a major change on all of Facebook, and all of the pages, they're going to be losing the like button, and anybody that just liked a page is going to be pretty much eliminated from the pages. They're just going to keep the followers, because again, they feel it's a better representation of who's really not just liking, clicking like, but who's really following, you know, the spirit of the page, the spirit of the person. So find that follow button there somewhere and just click follow, and you'll be good to go, and we'll still be connected. You can also find me on Instagram and Twitter, Jim Masters TV, and of course our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Follow is in there somewhere. Just give it a look. It might be on the side of the page, the front of the page, but you'll see it in there, and give it a good look. Cynthia says, Odd Couple, one of my favorite classic TV series. Mine too. You know, we're really excited here at the house. You know why? Finally, we got the Decades channel. Decades has all those classic TV shows like The Odd Couple and I Love Lucy and just the DeCavett show, and where you have long form conversations and so many great shows, classic television shows. Great channel, Decades. Some of my friends in New York have had it for years, and they're always telling me about how great Decades is, because we've been watching Cozy TV, Antenna TV, Tubi, and you know all the others, Netflix, everything else. But Decades is really cool if you want to see some of the classic, you know, the Bob Newhart Show, Dick Van Dyke, Mary Tyler Moore, episode after episode, and a lot of shows you even forgot about too, and shows maybe that you know, we were too young to see. Shows way back in time are there as well. Kathleen says to Gary, I found the follow button. It's under the pages cover photo. That's right. It's under the pages cover photo. So make sure that you check that out. I'm going to go to the page actually and see where I can see that. Yeah, I see it. I see what I'm on the Jim Masters TV page right now. And there is a page, there is a section there where you can follow, which I think is great. Yeah, that's perfect. And yeah, I see it there. Follow you, follow me. It is right under the cover page there. Right, exactly. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. So thanks, Kathleen. So the follow button is there. Right. It's to the right. So again, make sure you follow because they're going to get rid of the like button on Facebook on the pages. Good stuff. Everybody helping one another here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Thanks, gang. We toast you all. We love you all. We'll be back tomorrow. Oops, almost dropped it. We'll be back tomorrow, and we love you all. And you guys stay well and have a good night, good day, good morning, wherever you are around the world. This was a blast. We thank Cissy Wellman for joining us. It was a wonderful show. She was very open and funny, and we thank all of you. Have a good night, gang. We'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with Rodney Allen Rippey. Good night.